guys, it is BO2 back again with another video. This is going to be a Black Ops 2 shotgun diamond review. As you can tell, I unlocked the diamond camo for the shotguns in Black Ops 2. If you do not know how to do this, this is by getting every shotgun gold in the game. And so I just wanted to give my opinion and review of each shotgun since I went through the whole process of getting them gold, and I also got mastery on each shotgun, so I know I know a lot about it. But as always, these are my opinions. If you have different opinions on them, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that my opinions are all right, but this is definitely what I think about each shotgun. Alright, so the first shotgun we're gonna review is the R870 or the Remington 870. Hold on a second. This shotgun is very reliable with its pellet spread, mainly getting a one-shot kill most of the time at point blank to pretty close to point blank range. It's definitely one of the best shotguns in the game, but it's not my favorite. It is really good, and the pellet spread is definitely really helps because it has that high damage, and even though it's a pump action shotgun, it mainly gets the one-shot one kill, which is good and easy for all the challenges. This is actually the first gun in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that I ever got gold, and it's just a really good shotgun with that hip fire that's really helpful. And so when using the Remington, I don't feel like you need to aim in a lot. Sometimes I aim in, but mainly you don't really need to aim in, and so that's why I use the laser sight and the long barrel, because obviously this is just shotgun with a pellet spread. It's not gonna, do so well at longer ranges, so the long barrel increases its range, so that's always good for shotguns. I use that on almost every shotgun, and the laser sights, obviously, as I said before, for hip fire. This shotgun is probably one of the best. Everybody would probably have this at the #1 spot on their shotgun, their shotgun list. Alright, we'll just go with list. And it is definitely one of the easier guns to get gold, because of the one-shot kill challenges, and basically getting those kills really easily, and mainly in any kind of close quarters contact, or you have to challenge someone else, you will probably most likely win. So going up against an SMG, you might lose. It depends on what SMG it is, but most of the time you'll probably win against them. Assault rifles, if you don't get the headshot on you and get maybe 1 or 2 bullets and you automatically shoot your Remington, you will most likely win that gunfight. Sniper rifles and LMGs and stuff like that, same thing. You'll probably win every gunfight you get into, as only really at close range. When it goes to that farther away range, like middle range to long range, you probably won't win every gunfight. And that's only because the pellet spread makes it so the range is not amazing. And since it's a pump action, if you don't really get that first shot, the pump isn't really, forever, but mainly getting that first hit is definitely good. If you don't really get the first hit, it lessens your chance of winning that gunfight, because you can get caught off guard while pumping your gun. That sounded really weird. Anyway, this is definitely at my #2 spot. It's actually tied at my #2 spot with another weapon because it's just as good, and we'll get into that, actually right now. So, yeah, at my #2 spot is the R870. Alright, our second shotgun that we're going over is the S12. The S12 is tied with the Remington at the #2 spot on my list, and that's only because I think they're equally as good with their own different, properties. So most people look at the S12 and look at all its bad features. It's a semi-automatic weapon. You won't get those one-shot one kills as easy, but that's because they're not using it right. They're always just assuming that pump action, one-shot one kill, or else it's not good. This is also kind of like the USAS 12 from Modern Warfare 3. If you guys have ever used that, amazing. So yes, it's semi-automatic, but that only means that you need to press the trigger faster. And so if you have a pretty good trigger finger, the S12 will definitely be one of your best friends. For this, I definitely like to use fast mag because its reloading time is really bad. When you're out, it takes even longer than when you're just reloading with like a couple bullets left in it. So it's honestly not the best without any attachments. So definitely when you get Cherry Blossom in Art of War, you should, be thankful because the perks and the attachments are definitely really good. I also like to use Long Barrel and Laser Sight, which I also use on the R870 because the Laser Sight definitely helps with hip accuracy, hip fire accuracy, and that's definitely one of the things that you don't really need to work on because I mainly just hip fire with this weapon because I don't really feel like I need to aim in because you can get those 4 or 5 shots on them and not have to aim in, but I only aim in because when at farther ranges, because at farther ranges it compresses the pellet spread, but that's mainly why you should hip fire with it. And also, since it's semi-automatic, it's really hard to get those one-shot one kills for those first 7 camos or something like that. I think there's 10. I don't know. I'm sorry if I don't really remember. But anyway, that's why I would either recommend I actually recommend 2 things. One is hardcore. Playing hardcore is definitely something that you could do, but I never did that. Or you could do the second one, which is which I use a lot more, which is having stun grenades or flash bangs and throwing them at the enemy going up. There could be a one-shot one kill and killing them. And so honestly, this is definitely one of my favorites. So at my tied number 2 spot, it's between 2 and 3. So at my number 2 spot is the alright, let's just go to 3. Alright, at my number 3 spot is the S12. Alright, the next shotgun that we're going to be going over is the KSG, and the KSG is at my number 1 spot. The KSG is definitely one of the best shotguns in the game, and I will explain to that in a second. But this shotgun you unlock at in the rank in the 40s of ranks. I think rank 44 or something like that. You unlock the KSG. Anyway, I really like this weapon because one of a couple reasons. One is because it is different from any other shotgun we've seen in Call of Duty. It is a slug round shotgun, and if nobody knows what that is that it shoots 1 pellet. So instead of a pellet spread, it shoots just 1 bullet. So you have to be direct, snap onto your target, or else you will not get that kill. So if you are not really good with that and you're just learning how to use it, I would definitely recommend Suppressor, because yes, Suppressor takes off range and a little bit of damage, but Suppressor is definitely good because the enemy won't really know you're there unless they hear your shot. Anyway, that's why I like to use Quick Draw. Quick Draw is because I can snap onto my targets a lot faster and get those kills, because hipfire is not really an option when there's only 1 slug going out at a time. And the second perk I like to use is Stock, because you'll probably need to aim down your sights a lot more, so if you can go around corners aiming in and not having to worry about how slow you're going because you'll just have Stock on. And those are definitely 2 of my most recommended attachments for that gun. You don't really need long barrel. Maybe an optic sight would be okay for that more precise accuracy, but honestly, I recommend my 2 attachments that I use because I think they're just the best. Also, I like it because it's more difficult to use, because a lot of people don't really look at a single slug round shotgun as really good, because you can't hit fire with it. It's not as they say, reliable, because you can't just turn and get a hip fire kill unless you're at almost point blank range. But honestly, that doesn't really matter to me because you can get those longer range kills too. So it's almost like at an SMG range. I mean, yeah, you won't always get those one-hit kills, but you get 2 or maybe 3 slugs on them and kill them. And it's also really good because as I've said earlier, you can get those longer range kills. So maybe where the R870 and the S12 fail, the KSG thrives because you can get more kills without having to fire 3 or 4 or maybe even 5. Yes, this is a pump action shotgun, I understand that, but it's still amazing. And most people don't really look at it as a very good shotgun, and honestly, they are totally wrong. I mean, okay, you're entitled to your own opinions, even though I think you're wrong. And I also, if you haven't already noticed, I use the combat axe a lot because getting clips and getting clips and getting those really awesome combat axe clips are like one of the most satisfying factors in Call of Duty. Because yeah, you could use a Semtex and get like some kind of amazing Semtex stick multi-kill, or using what everybody hates, a C4, using a C4 and throwing it at someone's face, or like a Claymore or a Bouncing Betty. I mean, yeah, okay, you could use those, but it's not as satisfying getting the kill as a combat axe, because when you get the combat axe kill, you know it's just like the KSG, right on the target. So at my #1 spot is the KSG. Locked in like rank 51, 52, somewhere along the lines of in the 50s. It's the M1216, and it is at my #4 spot on all of them. So, a lot of people don't look at the shotgun as good. They look at it as terrible because you have to turn the mag every 4 shots. So if you don't connect any of those 4 shots, you're pretty much dead because you're caught in the middle of switching to the other 4. So, anyway, I do like this weapon. I definitely think it's good, but I 100% recommend going into hardcore for this one. Throwing stuns, yeah, you can do that, but it just takes longer. And honestly, I don't really feel like taking that long, because for the S12, the technique I said earlier, I never really used that, so it took me a long time to get all the one-shot one kills. I honestly did not have patience for that after getting my S12 gold. I just went into hardcore and just did it. So after you get those, you know, there's all the other stuff, but those are actually pretty easy. I think the last camo that I need for that was like carbon fiber, because I got all the thirsties. Anyway, besides about me, the attachments that I like to use on it are the same attachments I use on the Remington or the R870, is long barrel and laser sight. Again, hip firing, just like I said for the S12, really good at hip fire. Don't really need to aim in unless trying to get those longer range kills, because it minimizes the pellet spread as much. Anyway, I like to use long barrel because same thing with the R870 and the S12, it does not have a great range. And literally the only shotgun that does have great range is the KSG, but I've already gotten over that. So the M1216 is definitely a good weapon. You can spray more, but not like the S12. So I definitely had a harder time getting weapon prestiging it twice. Didn't get it fully weapon prestige till after I got diamond. So yeah, and actually this is also the last gun that I had to get gold. So I don't know. I just really like it, and I really don't like it, because its pros and cons, you know, equal each other out. So it is a decent gun, but I would, if you are going for those really good clips, I would not recommend it as much. I would either use the S12, definitely you could use the S12, or the KSG, or the Remington. All the other shotguns are really good. But if it were me, I would recommend using the KSG because those clips are better. Anyway, the M1216 is very good. It's an automatic shotgun, not semi-automatic like the S12. But definitely getting those one hit, one kill, or whatever, are a lot harder because you have to just like tap the trigger and to get those to fire one bullet. So yeah, that's what I really think about the M1216. So at my #4 is the M1216 production scene. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a very long time to get those diamond camos, so if you could smack that like button, or as I said, just leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Add this video to your favorites, because I mean, it could help you in the future. And if you don't mind, subscribe to my channel, because I will be uploading a lot more things with shotguns and Black Ops 2. Sorry for the lack of uploads, it's just I'm trying to upload this video and it just won't. It's just complicated. I'm sorry. But anyway, as always, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.